Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Carmi, your first grade teacher. And I am so excited that you are in my first grade classroom this year. And I can't wait to meet you tomorrow at your first day of school at Choose. But today's your first day of school at home. And I still want to have a lot of fun activities ready for you to get started with your first day at Choose. So now, one of the first things that I always do with my first graders on the first day of school is we talk about sometimes we really miss our moms and dads and grandmoms and grandpops and whoever we left at home. And I know you're so excited to come tomorrow, but you might also miss your mom and dad and your grandmom or grandpop. And believe it or not, boys and girls, I have my own grader at home. His name is Zach, and he's going into first grade. And we always talk about how I'm really going to miss him and he's really going to miss me when he's in school. And here's a picture of him. Let me show you. That's me and Mr. Carmi. And there's Zach. He's going into first grade. And then his little baby brother, Noah, who is 2. And that was last summer on the beach. Now, one of the things that we talk about when we're missing each other is we always talk about one of our favorite books. And you may have read this book before with your parents or even in kindergarten. And this is one of my all-time favorite books. And it's called The Kissing Hand. And it's by Audrey Penn. Give me a thumbs up if you've read this book before. All right, even if it's new to you, it's you're really going to love it. So it's The Kissing Hand by Aubrey Penn. There it is. You see it? Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you? Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things that we don't want to do. She told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start. And you guys are going to love school too. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Why do you think that Chester goes to school at night and not during the day? Does anybody know something about raccoons? If you said that raccoons are nocturnal, which means they are up at night and sleep during the day, then you're right. So Chester's going to go to school at night because that's when he's awake and he sleeps during the day. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. So take your hand and spread open them. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Everybody go ahead and give yourself a kiss. Mwah! Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with special warmth. Look at all that love. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need just a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump onto your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Look at all that fun stuff he's doing at school with his love. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Ooh, what do you think he's going to do? I bet you know. Because guess what? Mommies and daddies and grandmas and grandpops miss you as much as you miss them. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and he kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. As the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand against her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." And there they all are learning at school at night. Wouldn't it be fun to go to school at night? I think it would. And then it says, "I love you." That's in sign language, "I love you." All right, thank you for sharing that special book with me, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Now what your assignment is now that you've listened to the story, you are going to do this kissing hand coloring page. And it's a little tricky because what you need to do is you need to read the words and follow the code. So anything that is labeled 1, like the owl's face, is going to be yellow. 2 is orange. 3 is green. 4 is brown. 5 is black. 6 is red, and 7 is gray. Now, if you don't have a gray crayon, what I always say is just take your black and color really, really light, because sometimes we don't have all the colors. We just have the basic ones, and that's fine. And another good thing is you could take your yellow crayon and just color over one yellow before you start and do all the colors like that. That way you have your code ready for you, okay? All right, have a lot of fun. And don't forget to put this in your folder, put your name on it, of course, and put this in your folder and bring it to school with you tomorrow so that I can check your wonderful work and do your very best. Bye, boys and girls.